it's... I'm really not happy right now. I'm just getting into the stand. I'm just literally about to sit down. I'm just sitting down. I thought it's gonna get cold tonight. I better put some hand warmers in. So I stuck some hand warmers in my hands. Thought I probably can only bow this way. I'll pick up my bow and kind of try it, see if it works with hand warmers in my gloves. I hear something, look down, and there's a buck that I would shoot. 35 yards, coming up to the set aside. Like, what the heck? So I pick up my bow and go, whoa, that feels really weird with my hand warmer like that. He's looking the other direction. I somehow feel like I can dump the hand warmer out of my glove. Drop my glove. Go, and then he looks at me. I hold freeze for a bit there. He gives up on me, starts walking again. I thought, I'm good. As soon as I start to move, there was a little noise. I don't even remember what the noise was. Like, it was like the brushing of my, like, and he just bolts. Gosh. I cannot believe that I came that close. And was so not ready. Spent all these hours sitting in stands. And then not to be ready when the time comes. Go down, buddy. Oh my gosh. I hope you got that on the camera. He was so close to me. I just smoked him. He just went down right over there. Oh, it's the only deer I've seen this morning. I've been just sitting here. Nothing. Oh, I hit kind of a little far back even then. I was really trying, but he was so close I could hardly. It's almost hard to shoot always. 10 feet. Oh my gosh. It's a good one too. It's a good one. So what's going on? I've been sitting. What time is it? Alright, it's 8:30 in the morning. I'm not sitting where I want to sit. I wanted to sit in my little top stand. I've got, saw a little clip of a little buck I saw there the other day. It's a spot I wanted to sit all day because it's a place. I've got a video. I'll put this in there too of a giant buck that came by. Sorry, that video is kind of pink. It's a little weird. That camera's just been weird all the time. But and so I wanted to sit there all day. The wind isn't right. My son is sitting in another stand that is really good afternoon stand, but he can't hunt this afternoon. And so I decided, well, I'll sit right here. I'm right close to the house. So when he goes, heads in, I'm ready to go out and take his spot and sit there for the afternoon since he can't be there. And we figured that'd be the place where things would happen. But when the rut's going on, you just never know what's going to happen. You just got to be in the woods, have a good wind. That's it. I'm still shaking. Nothing beats that rush. It's been a few years since I've shot one with a bow too, so I'm excited. I'll have the whole video. The whole thing took less than a minute from when I saw him to when I shot him to when he fell down. So I'll let the nerves settle and we gotta go get him. All right, so we are down from the stand. Right here is where I first shot. So here we go. You can see it, there is blood and hair everywhere. And half of my arrow's busted. There we go. Alright, so we got my arrow. Oh, God, yes. Alright, here you go. That's what you've been waiting for. It's a beautiful buck. And there we go. Busted beam. I don't even care. It's kind of awesome. It's almost like double brow tine. It's kind of weird, but got that little character to him. Old buck, and he stinks. Whew, it is strong. And here, I'll be careful not to get any of that onto the meat when we get him processed. So the whole thing took less than 60 seconds. It was absolutely crazy how fast that went down. Just coming on through. I didn't even know that he was busted off when I shot him. I saw him coming down the hill. I saw that he had some mass. Thought, that's when I want to shoot. Not even gonna think about it anymore. I didn't have time to. Grabbed my bow, turned on a camera, all that, and I drew before he even came in because it looked like he was just gonna keep on moving. And I let him come out to the opening, and I did not stop him, which I usually try and wait for a spot where they naturally stop. But there was one time where I just stopped a deer, went meh, and he just bolted. Didn't even pause for a second. So I'll shoot them while they're walking if they're close, and he was close. He was 3 yards. Maybe 4 yards from me when I shot. So, alrighty. And I was so sure I was going to get one today, I didn't even bring a knife. I was also planning to sit all day, so I've got food and snacks, and I brought my binoculars so I could sit and look at deer up in the woods, and as I'm sitting there, and that's how it goes. Prepare for an entire day, done in an hour. Awesome. Here we go. That's how you know you made a really good shot. There is that muzzy broadhead. And that's why he did not go very far. Holy cow. Okay. Sitting here working on taking a picture to send to my the hunting party. And Paul, someone who's hunting out on the property today, Paul's hunting. My dad's hunting, and Bradley, we're all out here hunting today. Says he just shot a big one, so I didn't bring a knife. He's got to give his deer some time. He's going to come help me take care of this, and then we'll go find his. So this is going to be awesome. What do you have there?
An arrow that's missing a fletching, or a bolt, I guess, technically.
Awesome. Good shot?
Hope so.
Yeah? All right.
I you know, what makes me uncomfortable, so he was down by the pond.
Okay.
And I range found him, and then I was like, okay. The shot sounded, you know, felt good, sounded good, because it was home. And then he got up and walked behind me, and he's right in the road there by the field. I thought he was going to go down. He just kept walking and walking and walking. I'm like, there's no way I missed him. There's no way I missed him. So then I sat there and I was like, I was probably for 10 minutes, I thought, there's no possible way I missed him. Everything sounded good, so I was like, I gotta get down and look. and sure enough, I got down. There's good blood.
Okay.
There's really good blood.
You're making me nervous. That's like, oh my gosh, did you miss him?
I was just like, I sat there for probably 10 minutes thinking,
Yeah.
how the heck did I miss him? Like everything sounded,
wild. Yeah.
everything sounded good.
Yeah.
Like looked good, sounded good. I've made that shot plenty of times,
Yeah.
so it's just like, and then so I was like, I don't have the heart to tell those guys I missed. I don't have the heart to do it.
Whew. We just hiked up a hill. This is Paul, by the way. Paul also shot a nice buck this morning. So you saw mine. He was sitting up in the box blind up here. You can see it behind us. And so the buck came in. Have you tell it. Up there, tell me what he was doing.
Came off this ridge here. See this thick cuts. Came down to the pond. Broke the ice in the pond to get a drink. Shot him down on this side of the pond. Came down through and we got blood. Blood trail right through here.
There you go. So it's real nice when it puts blood right on the bird. Yeah, and that is a pile of blood. Yeah, and you weren't even sure you hit him.
Yeah.
Because he kind of he walked through this, right? He didn't run?
Right, he basically trotted up through here. There's a little bit of spray and that tall grass, trotted up through here, and then he just walked. He stood behind this tree for probably a minute to 90 seconds, and then just slowly walked off along basically the short grass here.
Meanwhile, Paul was having buck fever and couldn't get another arrow into his crossbow.
That's the part I was not going to tell.
Oh, that's a nice buck. Nice job, man. There you go. Nice. I got like stuff in my way. There we go. So he went, what'd we go? 120 yards maybe?
Probably 120 downhill.
And he just walked his way over here. Didn't run, didn't even know what happened.
It's a good thing Bradley kept an eye on him for us.
Hey, buddy.
What?
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
And Bradley's stand is like right up there, past Paul's head there. That's where he was. So he saw him come into here, didn't see him right here. He might have been able to see him here possibly. Maybe he was behind this stuff, but said he had heard him, thought he heard him crash down and
This would sound like
yeah, kicking. Yeah, so I bet you did. So that's perfect, man. Awesome. All right, so here's the setup, what we got going on here. Turn a little bit so we can see up in that cricket tree. You can see up there, down my bow there, that's the stand. So we got woods back behind me. Up here, and there's they bed up on top of the ridge, and then they bed down in a little creek bottom down that way. And if I spin around here, what I'm looking at from the stand, so I'm looking at a little food plot field. Nothing too special for in the evening, does and fawns. Bucks too early on, but they come down, they feed down below there. But now when the rut's going on, things change slightly. So that's when the bucks come and they just cruise this wood line. They're just coming looking at the field. They're not going out there to feed. So it's important to be in, those travel corridors is where you want to be once the rut's going on, which is why it's a fun time to sit. I saw one deer today, and I shot one deer today. Just by being on a travel corridor. He was just walking on by. He was moving fairly quickly. He's searching, sniffing, looking. And he walked down the wrong pathway. Let's show you what we got going on here. All right, so I've got Matthews Creed. It's the bow that I shoot. It's 60-pound limbs on. I used to pull 70 and with an older bow, and this bow pulling, and I pulled a full 60, shoots as flat as anything. It's crazy. And it's not all that hard for me to pull. It's pretty nice. And then I really, really like the Muzzy 100 broadheads. A lot of people like expandables. I don't. I like this. I mentioned it in the video where Bradley shot his fawn, but if you don't get a pass through, these blades don't close up on you. They're going to be moving around and causing a lot more damage in there. Okay, there's also things can go wrong. And people say, well, that's a small hole. Well, a small hole in the right spot is all you need. And then the proof is what's happened. I can actually say I've never wounded a deer and lost it. Now, I've missed twice in my bow hunting career, but I've never wounded one, lost one using the muzzies. And so you aren't going to get me to switch until I mess something up at some point and find a reason to do it. But maybe if I started shooting longer ranges and the expandables fly a little bit more true, but I've also never shot one in over 20 yards, I think. So you'll have to excuse the breathing on the video. It's really funny to watch back. And it sounds like I'm being really loud. It didn't seem like I was being loud then. He obviously didn't hear me, but... Holy cow, it's freaking wild. And he kind of crashed out of sight, so we're pretty sure